What's up? Good morning, YouTubers. Uh, this morning I'm up with a headache, like always. Still dealing with a whole lot of issues where it's just to the point where I feel like I got supporters, but at the same time, I really need to be by myself because it's it's really hard to deal with somebody like us to deal with every single day of our life, deal with this. Some people get over it, some people don't. Some people can deal with it, some people just don't want to deal with it because of what they have to go through. It get to the point where I feel like I really don't have no support at all. I mean, I probably do have support where people say, oh, we do this, we do that, we do this, but when it get down to it and just try to actually be there for somebody, it's a no-go. They always have an attitude. They always feel the way that they feel. It's always something. If you're gonna be there and be supportive of somebody and actually be there for somebody, then you will actually be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be there regardless of what the situation is, what you go through. You know what I'm saying? You'll find a way to actually deal with certain situations and people and show that you actually care for them instead of just having an attitude all the time and don't want to deal with it. Because if that, then I just really feel like I might as well go ahead and just be by myself. Like, really, to be honest with you, I might as well go ahead and deal with all this and everything because, I mean, you really got to think about it. I was small. I'm small. I'm staring off. I'm staring off into space, and they saying I'm having seizures. I'm thinking seizures just grandma seizures, shaking and convulsing and foaming out the mouth, not staring off. I didn't know it was all different kind of seizures. Knowing I had headaches and everything else, it's more to it than people really think it is because they see me getting up, doing this, doing that, and how they feel about it. I mean, what's even the use for even trying to say, oh well, you know what? I'm gonna be here for you, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I appreciate my mom for being there for me to be where I'm at. I appreciate everybody for actually doing what they're doing. But if it weren't for that one person upstairs, I would not be here. My mom would not have a son right now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would not have a cousin, family, husband, none of that. And people don't seem to understand that. My kids wouldn't even have a dad right now. You know how it feels to sit here and live this life every single day, not knowing whether you're going to wake up, not knowing whether you're going to live within 5-10 minutes, not knowing what's going to happen with you, not knowing whether you're going to have a seizure, even though you're doing everything right. You don't understand. People don't sit there and don't want to understand what people go through because they don't want to put themselves in their shoes, but yet still they want to do what? Oh, I got something wrong, I got a problem with me, I got a problem with me, I got a problem with me. But you got to be the one to sit down there and listen to them and know what they go through. But when it gets down to us and what we go through, oh, they shun you off. They don't care. Oh, you fine. Oh, you sitting here telling me about this. You sitting here getting mad about everything. You sitting here doing this. You just sitting here doing that. But then you wonder why we the main ones feeling like, why sit here and talk to my family? Why sit here and talk to my friends? Why sit here and talk to people that support me when at the same time y'all not sitting here listening? Y'all not sitting here understanding what we go through when we trying to sit here and tell you what we deal with, how we feel, what it is. And y'all simply sit here and get upset. Like, but then again, you not sitting here simply sitting here thinking, okay, I go through something and they sit here and listen to me, or they, why? Because we have an understanding of what it feels like. Y'all don't seem to understand that. We have a feeling of what it feels like to be in somebody's shoes, of what they go through. We have a feeling, well, we don't know if we're going to wake up. Some people have it in their sleep. They don't know if they go to sleep. Why you think they don't go to sleep? Because they don't know whether they're going to wake up the next morning. How? How would they know they're going to wake up the next morning when they go to sleep? How would they know? They don't know that. How would they know they have a seizure in their sleep? They don't know that. But yet and still, guess what? We out here, we don't want to tell nobody. We don't want to sit here and mention it to nobody. Why? Because the simple fact, people would never understand. People don't want to put themselves in nobody's shoes like me or anybody else like that that's just like me or have seizures or epilepsy. Why? Because we don't want to bring it out, because everybody gonna say, oh, we normal people. Oh, we fine. We get to take our pills as long as we doing this and we doing that. But guess what? It's a problem with that. You want to know why? Because every day you're not thinking about somebody could die from epilepsy. Not every day that you can sit here and think about, because we sit here and we go through a situation. You're not sitting here thinking about, oh, you don't want to hear the part where, oh, what if we pass away? What if we die? What if this? You don't want to hear that part. You don't want to hear that. But the reality is that's what's going to happen. Simple. Plain, simple. Don't want to hear it. Oh, well, guess what? That's what it is. Epilepsy is not something that you play around with. It's something that some people get over. But then again, guess what? People say that they get over it, but later on down the line, guess what they're going to end up having? A seizure again. Why? Stress. Doing this. Being stressful. Everything. That gets onto it. But me, in particular, where I don't have, understand, no corpus collapses. Y'all don't understand what that means. That's the electrical parts of the brain where it's supposed to help me move, function. That part of the brain I do not have. I know it probably might be a little bit more people. It's not too many people out here that survive like this. That don't even survive this long. And to understand that, people still don't get it, because they look at me as though, how is that? Because even the doctors look at me, how is that? You still here. How is that you still alive and not autistic? How is you here still functional, walking around, because you don't have no corpus callosum? Yes, that's the part where you need to look up and you need to see what it is. Yes, it is the part of the brain. That's that electrical part of the brain, the left and the right. The left, let them know to function from your body, from your hands to your head, from you talking, from you functioning, from your brain doing everything. I don't have that. People don't seem to understand that. If I could get a x-ray and compare my brain to an adult brain and put my brain to the side, y'all gonna actually see that I don't have that, period. That's something that you do not understand. I don't have that, period. It's certain people out here that don't want to sit here like me. I never wanted to do this video, but because I'm trying to sit here and let people know that it's a serious issue, it's a serious issue. But at the same time, you know what? People not going to look at it that way. You want to know why? Because I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I'm sitting here doing something that people never ever don't want to do, because guess what? Even my own auntie said that she went to hiding from her own family because she had seizures. Do you know how that feel for you to be around somebody, for you to not even know, and people wonder why? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And it's hard for people to sit here and say, bro, I have epilepsy. Bro, I'm going through seizures. I have seizures. I have this. I have that. You know, it's hard for people to sit there and for people to look at you. It's already, we in the world of people that actually judge people just by how they look or what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what a person does or how they look. It's about what the person does on the inside or how the person is on the inside. But you know what? Everybody have their own opinions. Everybody have what they feel, what it is. But it's only one person that can actually judge anybody, and that's God. It is what it is. But then I get down to me, where I have a cyst on my brain. A small little cyst. It probably might be medium size. Everything I was born with is still stabilized. Wonder why? It's because of him. Everything I done been through. Fights, playing football. I could have been dead and gone a way long time ago. Doing all this and all that. But guess what? People would never, ever understand that. People I done been friends with, I done walked with, that I done been side by side with, they asking me, am I okay? Because guess what? I'm staring off into space and they think, hey, you okay? You okay? Not knowing that I'm actually having a seizure. Not knowing that I could have fell a lot. Not knowing, not even coaches. Why? Because doctors cannot determine what's wrong with me. Even now to this day, doctors still cannot determine what's wrong with me. They cannot find out. That's why I'm simply sitting here doing this video, because I want other people out here that's like me, that's sitting here still living through a situation. You do not understand the baby that just had passed away, that the parents had to put him to go and rest. That's the same situation that I'm in. But he had a full half a brain. He had a corpus collapsus, a half of one. I don't have none. It's hard for me to tell it. I don't want to sit here and cry. I don't want to feel like nobody don't want to feel sorry for me. But at the same time, it need to be known. People would never understand that. And people wonder why I feel the way that I feel. Might as well go ahead and be by myself. Why? Because it is. It's exactly why I want to be by myself. It's because it is. People would never understand it because they're not putting themselves in their shoes to understand where I'm coming from. Family, friends, husband, wife, it doesn't matter. People would never try to understand, but they want you to understand them though. They want you to sit down and let them listen to you. But when it comes down to you and your situation and your epilepsy and what you want to tell them what's wrong with you or anything else, guess what? They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear. They get mad. They get pissed off and everything else. I have a hydrocephalus. That's basically liquid on my brain. You know how hard it is for me to lay down? My wife tells me every day, lay down. How? It goes from one side to the next. It feels like somebody just sitting here taking a knife and just doing this to my head from this side to this side. Every single day, even the back, it drains. It drains. Guess what she said? Oh, well, I might as well go ahead and stay home and take care of you. And for what? Your life cannot stop because of mine. You got to take care of your kids. What's the use of stopping because of mine? What, I supposed to sit here and tell you that I have headaches every 1 minute to 5 minutes? I'm taking pills, I'm taking Advil, I'm taking this, I'm taking that, and it's still not going to stop because I don't have what y'all have? I mean, you really got to simply understand something and understand where somebody coming from and understand that this person really do need help and that you need to figure out and sit back and think, what can you do to help this person? That's the same way that you need to understand how you need to understand a person. Sit back, listen to a person. That's why you sit back and think twice about what you finna do. Because if you don't sit back and think twice, you would never understand a person or what a person go through unless you put yourself in that same situation, or you imagine and put yourself in that shoe and put your situation in that part. Don't put yourself in that person's situation. You imagine what that person been through. Put yourself in that place. People don't do that.